Hello and welcome to a new video from the Canine Integral Center. Today we're going to wrap up the free basic training course. I know that when I explained the follow command, the FUS, in the last video of the course, I said I would do it with a leash, but that I would explain a lead follow or a lead walk. Well, we're going to do that in the next block, which is the advanced course. Once we have everything under control with the leash, we'll start training off leash, because the idea is for our dog to listen to us and obey without having to use the leash. Well, we are going to do that. In the next block, which is the course, an advanced course. Once we have everything under control with the leash, we'll start training off leash, because the idea is for our dog to listen to us and obey without having to use the leash. The leash is a tool for us to communicate with the dog, keep it under control, and so on. Well, as I said, I think, because I always have it in my head at 3 odd p.m. We're going to do recall. The recall, I know I always say the same thing, is also a fundamental command, because it can save the dog's life. Imagine the dog is over there just chilling and suddenly a car comes by. We call him and he comes right away. We just saved the dog's life. If we open the door and the dog runs out, we call him and he comes back. We've saved the dog's life again. So it's a safety net we have, okay, with the dog. So, taking advantage of the fact that Fama is completely recovered, start with the class. It's in the evening, it's 8 p.m. Right now, why am I doing this at this time? Because Fama eats around this time, so she's going to be really motivated to get treat. When we understand the recall, the dog has to stop doing whatever it's doing, which is probably the most interesting thing for them at that moment. Whether it's sniffing, something they find interesting, playing with another dog, or playing with a person. Whatever that super interesting thing is that they're enjoying, they have to leave it to come to me. So, I always have to be way more interesting than anything else in the world. So I also have to train that. That's the foundation, the basis of the recall. So, we're going to get Fama and show you that when I call her, she has to stop what she's doing, because she's going to get something super cool that she only gets when we're training, which is this. I've got it in a little bag. Sausages. Well, that's it. We're going to do it in different ways. We can do this with the dog off leash. This is the only exercise we can do with the dog off leash in a basic training course. And we can do it with the help of the leash. We're going to use the leash in case the dog is a bit confused and we need to pull him to come towards us. I'm going to show you now without the leash. What we're going to do is call her while we move away and show her the food. She's going to come towards me and I'm going to keep giving her treats. Fame. This was when I got Fama. She was already a year and a bit old. I haven't had her since she was a puppy. She already knew how to do this, because I don't know if she does it innately, because she can do things innately, like a command I'm trying to teach her. I'll explain how, which is to do the crocodile. She does that innately. So what I'm trying to do is give her a command for something she already does innately. I won't go on any longer, you son. I'm going to get Fama, get everything ready, and I'll see you in a bit. Well, I have Fama here now. As always, when we start the training course, we're going to begin with what she knows, okay? She's going to start with attention. Are we going to place the dog in her spot, okay? I don't like her being in front. She needs to be right here next to me. Very good. Indeed. Very good. Certainly. Very good. Indeed. As expected. Kita. All right. It's the first class after her maternity leave. Keep in mind that training breaks are really good for dogs, and you'll notice it, okay? But don't worry if you've paused the training for a few weeks or even months. If you pick it up again, there's no problem at all. All right. Okay, we've started to get into the new stuff, which is the recall. Alright. Stay. I can call her from the stay. Here. And pull her. Alright. Alright. Let's do it again. Here. Alright. See? She's coming. If she didn't come, I would give her a little tug to get her to come towards me. Okay. Are we going to use the leash now? Okay. All you have to do is this. Look. Here. Very good. Here. Very good. Here. Good job. Here. Very good. Here. Here. Very good. Here, Fame. Here. Very good. Here. Fame, admiration, recognition and respect. Here. Very good. Okay. As you can see, I do let the dog come in front of me. Why? Because when I call her, the idea is to be able to put the leash on her. Just to call her and have her come sit next to me. Well, if it's a hiccup training, if I want her to come to my left, but that comes after a command. In this case, I just call her to come in front so I can give her the reward. Okay, let's continue. Here, Fame. Very good. Here, Fame. Here. Very good. Here, Fame. Very good. Here. Good girl. Here. Very good, dog. Very good. Thousand. Very good. Very good. Well, as you've seen, it's that simple. There are more techniques. For example, there's the hide and seek game. And it's really easy. Since I'm here alone, I can't do it, but I explain that it's very simple. Someone holds the dog, and the one who's training, the dog hides somewhere in the house. Every so often, we call her and give her the command. Remember that her name is not a command. Her name is not for her to stop doing something. Her name is not a call. Her name is her name so that she's attentive, okay? And then we give her the command. As you've seen, I don't say Fame, I don't say Fame here, just here. If she's already paying attention to me, look at how the dog is. She doesn't leave my side. Why? Because she found it a bit lacking, okay? It's a very short training. So the next time I go to train, you're going to see Gloria. I get distracted, I go back to this. One person holds the dog, the other hides and calls her. For example, in this case, right? Fame here. And I let her look for me. When she can't find me. Do you remember when we played hide and seek? Or when you've played hide and seek with your kids? The one who has to look for, everyone feels anxious. She has an anxiety to find others, not a bad anxiety, but she has an anxiety to find her fellow companions. Well, that's what I want to create in the dog. That anxiety, that desire to be called, and need to find my owner. With that, we achieve it from the always positive side. And on the other hand, with the hide and seek game, when the dog finds you, if you see that she can't find you, you can always repeat the command until she does. When she finds you, it's like a super party. I don't even need to give her food. Just seeing you is enough. So, giving her a reward. While playing, giving her a little pat, very good, is more than enough. You can repeat it. All dogs love that game. And it's super effective because it gets into their heads that when I call them, they have to stop what they're doing because what they need to do is go to their owner. Okay? Super important thing. Never, ever scold the dog when you call it. Never, if the dog has done something and we need to go scold him, you go to where the dog is, you grab him, you take him, you scold him as much as you want, but you never call him and then scold him. The call has to be always positive, never ever negative. Why? Because otherwise the partridge... Let's see. I stopped smelling that cool thing. I was sniffing. I come towards you and on top of that I get scolded. A person who doesn't come, the person who stays there, come get me if you can. Okay. I know that sometimes you feel like it. I mean, if I call the dog, in this case, and she doesn't come, and I call her again, and she still doesn't come, and I start getting angry, and she still doesn't come, and in the end, she does come. I have to swallow all my anger and reward her because in the end she came. Okay. That's super important. And well, I think with this, you have more than enough. Anyway, if you have any questions or anything, you can leave it in the comments. If you liked the video, subscribe. And you also have my email address. Eat nothing. See you in the next video. By the way, in the next video, I'm going to start showing you different tricks, okay? Tricks in quotes, because the tricks are important and I'm going to tell you why. I once had an argument with someone because they said that teaching dogs was like turning them into circus animals. That person couldn't be more wrong. Teaching a dog to do things is about building a bond with your dog. It's about loving him and having him love you back. So the next phase we're going to do in 2 blocks. One block will be advanced training and the other block will be tricks, which I won't call tricks because I don't like that. I'll probably call it canine skills or something like that. That's it, a big hug, and see you in the next video.